One of your colleagues said that you got drunk at an event at a bar and chanted, "Kill all Muslims."
First of all, you got to fire, you got to fire the chairman of the Joint Chiefs, and you got to fire this. I mean, obviously, you're going to bring in a new Secretary of Defense, but any general that was involved, general, admiral, whatever that was involved in any of the DEI woke, it's got to go.
Executive order that would create a board to purge generals.
June 30th, 1934, Hitler would embark on a multi-day campaign in which he would purge Yahtzee leadership of people he deemed too powerful or opponents of his. This would be called the Night of the Long Knives. He did this so that he could ensure there would be no checks and balances of him as he tried to enact the more extreme parts of his agenda. By July 3rd, hundreds of Yahtzee leaders would be dead or fleeing for their lives. I hate knowing history right now.
Either you're in for war fighting, and that's it. And that's the only litmus test we care about. Create some real ads that motivate people that want to serve.
Right, as opposed to those ads that say you can join the army because, I'm sorry, but China is looking at that and going, oh, good, it's almost time to go to Taiwan.
We turn now to this newly revealed police report that offers graphic details into a sexual assault claim against Donald Trump's pick to run the Department of Defense. The police report is now published for anyone to read. Pete Hegseth's lawyer maintains it was a consensual encounter. CBS's Nicole Kellen was asking tough questions today on Capitol Hill.
Just as the news broke of a graphic newly released police report that detailed Hegseth's involvement in an alleged sexual assault in 2017. According to the report, a woman referred to as Jane Doe met Hegseth during a conference at the Hyatt Regency Hotel. Both were drinking with a group at the hotel bar when Doe said things got fuzzy. A nurse who treated her later said Doe believed something may have been slipped into her drink. She then recalled being in a hotel room when Hegseth took her phone from her hand. When she got up to leave, Hegseth blocked the door with his body. Her next memory was when she was on a bed or a couch and Hegseth was over her. His dog tags were hovering over her face. He also confirmed the Fox News host paid the woman an unknown sum of money after she threatened to sue, fearing it could cost him his job.
Donald Trump's nominee for the Department of Defense Secretary was asked to name one country in the ASEAN Agreement, which is an organization of Southeast Asian countries, and he couldn't do it. Not one. Just take a look.
A little bit, and I'm glad that you mentioned it. Can you name the importance of at least one of the nations in the ASEAN, and what type of agreement we have with at least one of those nations, and how many nations are in ASEAN, by the way?
I couldn't tell you the exact amount of nations in that, but I know we have allies in South Korea, in Japan, and in AUKUS with Australia, trying to work on submarines with them.
Mr. Hegseth, none of those countries are in ASEAN. None of those three countries that you've mentioned are in ASEAN. I suggest you do a little homework before you prepare for these types of negotiations.
Yeah, that's the guy that Donald Trump has nominated to run the Department of Defense. Run the Pentagon, and he has no idea what this agreement is, what this organization is. He couldn't even name a country in the organization. This guy is completely unqualified. He has no idea what he's doing. The Department of Defense is an incredibly important agency. It's crucial to our national security. And
many of your work colleagues have said that you show up for work under the influence of alcohol or drunk. I know you've denied that, but you would agree with me, right, that if that was the case, that would be disqualifying for somebody to be Secretary of Defense.
Senator, those are all anonymous false claims, and the totality
they're not anonymous.
The letters on the record here.
They're not anonymous.
On the record,
we've seen records with names attached
for Freedom,
to them.
Concerned Vets for America, and Fox News
one of your colleagues
working hard every day on behalf.
One of your colleagues said that you got drunk at an event at a bar and chanted, "Kill all Muslims." Another colleague, not anonymous, we have this, said that you took co-workers to a strip club. You were drunk, you tried to dance with strippers, you had to be held off the stage, and one of your employees in that event filed a sexual harassment charge as a result of it. You claim that this was all anonymous. We have seen records with names attached to all of these, including the name of your own mother. So don't make this into some anonymous press thing. We have seen multiple names of colleagues consistently throughout your career that have talked about your abusive actions.
On Memorial Day 2014, at a CVA event in Virginia, you needed to be carried out of the event for being intoxicated. Summer of 2014 in Cleveland, drunk in public with the CVA team. an event in North Carolina, drunk in front of 3 young female staff members after you had instituted the no alcohol policy and then reversed it. December of 2014 at the CVA Christmas party at the Grand Hyatt at Washington, D.C., you were noticeably intoxicated and had to be carried up to your room. Another time, a CVA staffer stated that you passed out in the back of a party bus. Is that in 2014, while in Louisiana on official business for CVA, did you take your staff, including young female staff members, to a strip club?
I just saw a video that Mishi for Change put out about Pete Hegseth's church, what they believe. And honestly, I find it fucking appalling, enraging. I tried to look up the article that she was referencing, and I found it, read the whole thing. And I'm gonna attach it here for you to read. These are the people that we're putting in these positions in our government. And to any woman who fucking voted for this shit, this Christian nationalist shit, just fuck you. How ignorant can you be? What position have you put women in this country in? You know what? If all of you want to be barefoot and pregnant in your house and be a fucking slave to your husbands, then just fucking do it. You don't have to fuck everything else up for the rest of us. And you don't have a fucking clue how many women this is going to harm. Your fucking daughters. Your own fucking daughters. I don't think I can properly convey how much you fucked us over. How you fucked yourselves over. The best was all the women who voted for Trump and his ridiculous party.
Mr. Hegseth, I do not believe that you are qualified to meet the overwhelming demands of this job. We must acknowledge the concerning public reports against you. A variety of sources, including your own writings, implicate you with disregarding the laws of war, financial mismanagement, racist and sexist remarks about men and women in uniform, alcohol abuse, sexual assault, sexual harassment, and other troubling issues. I have reviewed many of these allegations and find them extremely alarming. Indeed, the totality of your own writings and alleged conduct would disqualify any service member from holding any leadership position in the military, much less being confirmed as the Secretary of Defense.
He's not qualified to run the organization. The last 2 organizations that he was responsible for their financial well-being, they had to bring in a forensic accountant because he mismanaged it so badly. If your viewers and if the American public sees tomorrow how unqualified this man is and reaches out to those Republican members and tell them that they will not accept this man being confirmed, that will pressure my colleagues to put country above MAGA, to put country above self, and certainly not bow down to the altar of the MAGA extremists, because that's where we are right now. It's sad to say, but it is about convincing Republican members of the Senate Armed Services Committee to put the well-being and the national security of America above MAGA interests.
Y'all wanted to play the fuck around game so goddamn badly. Well, you are fixing to find out very bigly.